Become a member of the National At-Home Dad Network, an organization focused on providing advocacy, community, education, and support. Connecting with households where dad is the primary caregiver of the children. We do this through our webinar and podcast series, mental health support groups, regular online social events, as well as our annual convention. The National At-Home Dad Network is a 100% volunteer organization. Without the generous support of its members and the community around it, we would not be able to continue the work that we do. Becoming a member gives you access to past convention speaker presentations, the ability to vote for board members annually, and ensures that the organization's fees and bills are in positive standing. Oh yeah, it should not go unmentioned that there is some cool swag headed your way if you decide to become a member. For only $35 a year, your membership provides you with the exclusive content only we can generate, and you'll be supporting an organization that benefits families all around the country and world. By advocating for them, offering them community, providing education and guidance, and supporting them to grow in their parenthood journey. And one last thing, if you contribute $500 or more, you will become a lifetime member. Not only will you receive everything already mentioned, but also a certificate recognizing your status and an exclusive National At-Home Dad Network challenge coin with our trademark logo, Dads Don't Babysit. So, what are you waiting for? Become a member today. Welcome to Home Dad Chat, brought to you by the National At-Home Dad Network. My name is Brock.
My name is Danny.
And we are here to talk about life as stay-at-home dads. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
No, I don't want much. I even love handmade crafts made of macaroni. Come on now, you should know me. Times I might eat too much. No worry about my weight, got the dad bod rocking on me. Sketches on my feet, cargo shorts look good on me. I'm a dad, that's what I do.
Hey everybody, welcome to Home Dad Chat, the #1 stay-at-home dad podcast by sorry, I had to.
Oh, you should. You know, and it's Matt Strain actually said it earlier today. So we were talking on a call to someone else, and he said they were talking about the organization, and Matt said, you know, Danny's too humble to say this, but we right now have the #1 podcast for at-home dads. And,
nice.
You know, and I'm like, I mean, we do. I mean, and he's like, see? so I'm glad that you're saying it, because I do want more people to know it. I want people to realize it, I guess, so that I can realize it, you know.
It's a crazy it was a crazy thing to find last week, that's for sure. I was like, what in the world? So, and even to see the fact that last year we actually made a top 10 list and was #4, I was like, okay, like
yeah,
like
right?
I wish people would contact us and let us know that there's these like lists out there.
Yeah, by the way, we put you on our list. Cool. What list is it?
Right? No kidding.
Tell us all about it and how we can tell all of our friends about it.
Yeah, no kidding. So that was fun to find and have JHG make up a little post for. So
nice.
Oh man, but hey. So first things off, one, everybody, this is going to be a short little conversation that we're going to do for this week because we want to give Danny time to continue to recover. So we'll make this one not an hour. But I actually watched Free Guy last week at your suggestion. So.
Perfect. And did you see an epic, game-changing, oh my God moment by chance?
I didn't. Something passed by, and I didn't. I liked the movie though. I thought it was really good.
Do you know Dude?
I do know Dude. Yeah.
Dude.
Okay.
Which is a bodybuilder with, you know, Ryan Reynolds' face on it.
Yes, and
his name is Dude.
Yes.
Yeah, with really no brains. They hadn't had any. Well, they had any opportunity to finish him. They hadn't finished the character, so he comes off as no brains. But he comes up and the first thing is he stands there and he goes, catchphrase.
Oh yes,
you know?
Catchphrase.
Because he doesn't have a catchphrase yet, so they're just going to put it. They haven't put it in. They just haven't written it right. And I thought that was funny. And he does that again. Okay, so but the most epic moment, right?
Wait, I know now. Is it him or is it Ryan Reynolds that does the most epic moment?
It's both of them in the same scene.
Is it the scene
They're-
that involves Marvel and Star Wars all at the same time? Oh my gosh. Yeah.
It's
That was
death blow. He's coming. It's a death
And
blow.
death
It's a
blow.
death blow. It's a move. You know, the move, guy, move. And guy's like, no. And he grabs the glasses. He tosses the glasses on, flitches over to the little star and pops up. And he's got Captain America's shield. And the Avengers music comes on. And, you know, he stops the blow and dude's looking at him. And he just looks over the shield at him and kind of wiggles his, you know, eyebrows at him like, hey, you know. And then Chris Evans is watching on his phone and he goes, what the hell?
the
You
best
know?
cameo.
Like,
I love it.
Right. And that was for me, that was the perfect moment of the entire. I mean, it's still, I just love it. I would watch it right now.
I would say that was probably my favorite part too. I didn't really associate that would be what you were talking about. I guess I was just looking for something a little more deeper or whatever, but that totally makes sense.
Nah, I'm not deep. You gotta go surface level, man. What's surface level? That's where I'm at. But then, like you mentioned, Star Wars, because then he pulls out a lightsaber.
Yeah.
You know, to find, and the guy, is that a lightsaber? That's a lightsaber. And the guy, and guy's like, this is a lightsaber, you know? And I'm like, yeah, because if you could, who wouldn't be running around with a lightsaber and Captain America's shield? Come on.
Yep.
So
it was good. I thought that part was pretty fun. Actually, yeah, the whole thing was hilarious, especially how like he got out of the situation too with the glasses. So
yeah, it was fantastic.
Remember, I was telling you though, like I was curious if this movie would be something that I could watch with my kids, and you said you watched it with your kids. But with everything going on with my kids, especially my oldest, the scenes where my kid has played like Minecraft one time.
Mm-hmm.
And he talks about it all the time. Literally one time, and now like everything, like he even has Minecraft stuff, but we don't play the game at all here at the house, which is really comical. But he picks up on gamer stuff pretty quickly, and so I was watching it, and when the CPM, or is that right? I didn't say that right. What's the character? I'm gonna mess this all up. The the free guys, like the guys that aren't like
NPC.
That's what
non-player character.
NPC. Yeah, NPC. So when the NPCs like when he starts doing stuff, and like the people who are online who are kids that are close to my son's age start saying some of the things that they say, I'm like, at that point I was like, nope, there's no way I can watch this with him right now, because he's too much of a sponge / repeater box that I would find myself getting a phone call from my private school, which happened already, which like we talked about in the first season about the fact that I got a call after a summer of watching Marvel movies. So yeah. So unfortunately, no.
Sure. You know, and again, like I said last week, when you asked if you're, you know, could I watch it with my kids, whatever, I cannot say, because I can't be the judge of what your level is with your kids. My kids do. I mean, we say, but by the way, you know, as an example, and every time we've had in Georgia's elementary school and in this elementary school, we've had a teacher contact me and go, we need to use the word bottom and not butt.
Oh my gosh. I was going to tell you right now,
I can't promise you anything.
A visual eye roll, like,
Well, you know, it's just, you're building a classroom or a school for all of the kids, for everybody. So you have to kind of go with the easiest or nicest response. You know, I can understand that.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, it makes total sense too.
I'm definitely not the nicest guy in the room. I'm not the politest, like I'm socially awkward.
Yeah.
And my kids pick up on that. I mean, they're going to be just like me, unfortunately.
I mean, my kid, I got called because he said ass. So, I mean, like that, like at a private Christian school while playing kickball, you know, like, we're going to kick your asses, like something along those lines. And it was like, oh my gosh, like, yep.
Probably inappropriate. Yeah. You know,
inappropriate. But the teachers like actually were like, this is so funny. We just have to tell you about it, but we find it funny too. So I'm like, all right, cool.
Yeah. Got to do our best to not let that happen. But
yeah. But no, I mean,
I'm definitely not judging you.
No, that's cool.
Not for that.
But the movie though, man, I tell you, there was a lot going on in there. I thought it was actually very well done and had multiple different like pieces to it, which I thought was cool. Just with the fact that like like I said, it sort of had that like Ready Player One aspect to it, and then it had like sort of this like is it Ender Game? Is that right? With where you got the kid playing.
I mean, Ender's Game is
Ender's Game, yeah, something along those
movie,
lines. Yeah, like just all these different elements of things that they put into it. And then to like find out like there's this like backdoor. It had a feeling of like Tron too, a little bit for me.
Yeah.
I definitely got that like that vibe of a like user type deal going on.
Yeah.
So it was,
and it really it sits really well with people that play MMOs, massive multiplayer online games. So you have literally 100 people that are all playing, and some of them are like old like me, and other ones are 6. I mean, just running around, and so you end up getting people that do a lot of really goofy things, and the NPCs are for a lot of people just like running bags of XP. I think I said that last week actually too, but basically they're not actually entities in the game in any way whatsoever. You just go up and you rob them, take their money or whatever, or you toss them, hit them with your car or whatever, crazy thing you want to do. Because a lot of times with games like this, they're set up so you have that level of high imagination. I was going to say high fantasy, but high imagination, and like, oh, we can do whatever we want. And a lot of people, when given free reign to do whatever they want, are kind of mean,
Yeah.
So, but it is what definitely. It is.
Hey, well, the other thing I thought was interesting too. So like in the previews and stuff, I mean, you basically just see Ryan Reynolds and like the one female character in there doing some stuff and like all the video game things. What you don't see is like kind of the other underlined story that's going on with the game. And so I was very much like shocked and excited at the same time to see like 2 of the main characters. You had the 2 guys who were working there in the office, and one of them is the guy from Stranger Things, and then the other guy is in the show Ghosts on CBS.
There was a lot of people in Stranger Things.
So I
looked it up, and his name is Joe Keery, and he plays
Joe
Keys. I don't remember what he played in Stranger Things. He was the older sister's boyfriend.
He was,
kind of a
his kind of role came into play in the second season when he meshed with one of the other characters, and they were working at the ice cream place in the mall. So that was kind of his big kick into the show. So, but yeah, and then the other guy, I can't remember his name either, but like I said, he's in the show Ghosts on I think it's CBS or Peacock or whatever. Or no, not Peacock, Paramount. And it's about a show where him and his
Mouser.
Yeah, Mouser. Okay. Yeah.
His name is Utkarsh Ambudkar.
Okay. Yeah. And so he, like
I don't know why you couldn't remember that.
I don't know either. I mean, that's a lot of consonants and a few
Utkarsh
vowels.
Is a cool name though. I would like to know somebody like just yelling at Utkarsh, we're going to war. That's what it feels like.
That's what that sounds like.
That. Yeah.
That's what it sounds
but
like.
I love
definitely.
the name.
But now he plays the husband of in this role where they buy a house that's haunted, and the wife has an accident that basically is like a near-death experience, and then she can see all the ghosts that are living in the house, and so she can talk with them and stuff. And it's a comedy; it's really funny, and he can't see them, but she like tells him about like what they're saying and stuff, and so it's, I don't know, it's comical.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, good show. But yeah, so it was fun to see those 2 guys in there. And then I was trying to place who the other guy was, like the main, like the villain was, and I couldn't think of like where I had seen him before.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, I don't know why, but I couldn't place.
Well, his name, for those who, because I looked it up because I never pronounce his name, is Taika Waititi, and I always think I'm saying it wrong. But Taika Waititi was in Thor Ragnarok. He was the big rock monster because he was also the director.
Really?
He wrote himself a part. Yeah. And
wait, he was Doug? Wait, is it not Doug? Or not Doug? Who was he? Doug's the
I don't remember the rock guy's name.
Okay. I know you're talking about. I didn't realize he was part of the MCU crew. That's pretty cool.
Yes. And he's had another movie with Ryan Reynolds, and I don't remember. Darn it. Stinking memory, but I don't remember who he was. But yeah, now Taika Waititi is an amazing actor. He's been in a lot of stuff, and he's been a director in a lot, and some of the biggest movies. He's been doing amazing things, and every time I see him, it's kind of a surprise.
Yeah.
Because he's playing the CGI character. You know, he's just a voice at that point, but
Right.
he's still got that charisma, you know. And in Free Guy, he comes in basically as the CEO of, you know, a very powerful tech, you know, company. And he's kind of a jerk, to be nice about it. I mean, he's just like, how do I make money off of this? You know, and that's the ultimate bad guy, of course, these days.
I like catching little nuances in characters when watching shows like this, because there's always little things. I found it very interesting when he came on screen for the first time. The jacket that he was wearing had a military emblem on it. It was a Navy emblem with one chevron, and I was like, what the heck? It basically is a third class petty officer emblem from the Navy. I was just like, it was just kind of funny because like it's like the lowest rank that you get, like after you get out of boot camp when you're not a seaman anymore, you get that. And so it was
why he,
I don't know why he had that on the jacket. It was very odd. I mean, the jacket was pieced together. It was a couple different jackets combined, but yeah, it was really funny to like see that emblem on that on his arm. I was like, that's really odd, but I haven't done enough digging around to figure out why that was. But the other thing that we were talking about, though, also in entertainment, was Peacemaker, and you were talking about Vigilante. My mind is blown, by the way, on that character, because I got to pull this up on my phone. So we're talking about Freddie Stroma.
The actor.
So he is an amazing actor that like totally, I don't think people realize who he is in some ways. Maybe some people do. You mentioned the first thing, which I think was probably one of the first things that probably put him on the map, which was being, Cormac McLagan from Harry Potter. But that dude, like I was scrolling through pictures of him. Did you know he's in Game of Thrones?
No.
Yeah. So have you seen Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So in Game of Thrones, he is, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this very well. Shoot. Yeah, that's not going to work. Do you remember?
Well, it's okay. This isn't a visual medium. So
right. You know. Okay. So do you remember the guy at the black, he was part of the Watch, and he was a bigger, kind of tubbier guy who he fell in love with one of the girls that was pregnant.
Yeah, he was one of the not watchers. He was one of the scholar guys whose name I can't remember. Game of Thrones fans. Yes, I'm sorry.
That's right. He went on to basically go be like a scholar. That was his thing, because like he became a very important part with just reading through scrolls and stuff like that. That's him. That's the same guy.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Like, look up his IMDb.
Yeah, okay.
No,
what's his name? Jamie. What's his name?
No. His name is Freddie Stroma, and he played. I can't think of it.
This is garbage. I cannot believe that. You're right. I mean, you're right. You're absolutely right.
Like,
because
that's a lot of like. I mean, he put on a lot of weight for that role.
I mean, yeah. Wow.
But like I saw that like when I was looking through like
unbelievable
things, and I'm just like, holy crap. Like I love that character. I thought it was a great character. Had no clue it was the same guy.
No.
So for him to go from being like Harry Potter to Game of Thrones and now on like Peacemaker.
That is insane.
It's so wild.
Shocked. He didn't look anything like the character that he played before.
Yeah. And I mean, apparently, well, I guess he was in Suicide Squad, but that must have been his vigilante character. And I just don't remember seeing that in there.
No. Vigilante was not in Suicide Squad, was he?
Okay,
I could be wrong. We'll just
then he was something else, because he's listed on here as being on Suicide Squad, the 2018 version too, with Will Smith. But I don't see who. Oh wait, there he is. Does it say? It doesn't say what he played. That's annoying. I don't know. It doesn't say what he played. That's the bad part. Like you don't have
military bad guy number 4.
Is that what it is?
No, I don't know. I'm just.
It probably is something crazy like that. Yeah, he was in the Suicide Squad movie doing something. So, but yeah, man, I mean, it's wild. Well, that show too is that Suicide Squad movie is pretty wild too, because like, Jared Leto plays the Joker in that, and now he's playing Morbius.
Yeah.
And so like you get
Yeah.
these guys rolling DC and MCU, or not MCU, Marvel, all at the same time. You're like, what the heck? It's the same thing with oh gosh, who is it? Like, I don't know if this guy's in both of them. I'm trying to think what it was. Or no, wait, that's not what it was. So the guy, this isn't so much like a DC and Marvel thing, but you've got the guy who was in all three Spider-Man movies that was like the ring announcer and whatnot, is going to actually be in the multiverse movie, apparently. Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness. He's doing a cameo in it, apparently. Yeah, I know.
Cool. Which also, I cannot wait to see that movie.
Oh, that looks awesome.
I really love alternate history and multiverse type things where they have the same actor playing multiple characters. It's always just enthralling to me to see what these people are able to do, whereas I could probably fake, I don't know, being mad. That'd be easy. Being frustrated, I can fake that one because it's not fake, but they're actually different people. I mean, they're just the same character, but hey, what if, which is a big thing with Marvel, their what if series is well, yeah. And the comic book what ifs were awful only because it always ended in, well, what if, if this happened, horrible things would happen and people would die. But it didn't. So the Marvel universe is a better place. So there was a lot of that in the what if stuff. So it's like, no, don't go down that road.
Yeah.
But even with like the Arrowverse stuff that they've done with the multiple planets, amazing. I just love that potential of seeing like Sorcerer Supreme, who actually has 8 arms. Did you see that picture in the trailer?
I did.
Where he's like, and I'm like, oh, it's bad Doctor Strange because he's got the goatee, the dark black goatee and mustache, and the
evil Doctor Strange,
evil hair, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's evil guy hair. You could tell. Yeah, that guy's obviously bad.
Well, the thing I thought that was interesting about that was like when they brought the What If series out. Like, I'm not a huge comic book guy, but I love the movies and stuff. And I'm like, why are you bringing in all these like what if scenarios? I mean, like, they're cool to watch. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I was like, these are neat. And then of course, like, you bring in Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness. It's like, oh, that's why. Okay, like they have to introduce us all in these like small increments of what's going on so that our minds can be just completely blown cinematography wise when we go to the theater and actually watch this movie. So yeah.
Well, did you see Loki?
I did. Yeah. I love
the series. Okay. Yes. So do you have, now again, you're not a sci-fi guy, so it's probably not something that you're looking at, but the potential for the change in the universe, in the timelines, in how things act and interact with each other because Loki, period. Just because Loki, you can finish right there with the sentence.
Yeah.
Loki has done so much to change the MCU because he's the god of mischief. He's the god of chaos, basically. So he's just running around, not chaos specifically. And I'm apologizing to any of my rules lawyer, true geek friends who are going to kill me because of the phrasing I'm using, but he's basically chaotic. Yeah. He's running around doing the crazy things that, I'm just going to run over here and do this. Whoa. Why do you have the cosmic cube? There's an infinity stone in there. Why do you have that? And he's like, I'm taking this home. And he disappears. He's like, what do you do with that? Oh, well, I go and change the entire timeline. It's amazing. I love it.
Which is interesting too, because there's so many different like little bits and pieces that's what I love about like some of the people I follow on Twitter, because you get all those little like extra little pieces. Like there's one guy that I follow who he's always got like the all these little extra tidbits in there. There's 2 guys that are like these 2 Asian guys that I love to watch who are always like, have you heard the theory about this? And it's, all these different like deals where, like for instance, the one was had to do with in Moana where she saves the one sea turtle. And then like that, they basically say that sea turtle is like Crush later on. And
no way. That's beautiful. That's
so
beautiful.
stuff like that, or that The
We should
girl
clarify. Sorry, Crush from Finding Nemo for everyone who didn't get
Crush
the
from
reference
Finding Nemo,
immediately. Yeah, I got it, but I'm just saying we got a lot of people listening.
Right.
To the number one podcast in Sadding. So we want to make sure we clarify for this thing. Didn't mean to derail you, though. I always do that.
No, you're fine. You're fine. But yeah, just all these different little things like that. So you've got all that going on with those guys. And then I just saw where one of our good buddies that was on the show with us back last May, our Eddie, got invited down to Disney to be a part of, or not Disney, I guess it is part of Disney, but got to be a part of like the pre-launch for the new like resort that they have down there for Star Wars.
Yeah, the Star Wars
Galactic.
It's a ship, isn't it? It's a
galactic.
Yeah. It's a I don't know what ship it is. I know it's not like the Millennium Falcon or anything, but it's a giant.
It's just a giant
ship.
galactic. Yeah, it's just like an imperial. Yeah, like a ship or whatever. Where like basically you stay in these rooms. There's no windows. Like the windows that would be are actually like monitor screens, but and it looks like space and stuff like that. And they've got like lightsaber training and like the actual like bar type setup that you would have in Star Wars and stuff.
That sounds perfect.
Yeah. And I'm watching like Art and this other guy who goes by the name of Straw Hat Goofy and stuff in there. And they're just showing all the, I'm like, oh my gosh, you guys are freaking awesome. Like, this is so neat. But yeah, he was like, he was showing like, I got to go and do all this different stuff. And I'm like, that's wild. The funny thing is that there's a really cool video that I saw from that, where at the end, they had a scene where Rey fights gosh, why am I messing up on names? Who's the villain? I'm so bad.
Palpatine?
No, Ben Solo.
Kylo Ren?
Kylo Ren. There it is. Gosh, man, I'll tell you what, it's been a day. So they have a fight scene for everybody to watch. And she's holding one of the most realistic lightsabers, but it's super flimsy, but you don't know that. And she's just holding the actual handle of it. And when she hits it, it actually goes up, but it's not one of your normal ones, but you can't fight with it because of the way it's set up. So she's got this really awkward transition where she like sets it down and then picks up one of the like normal lightsabers that we all can buy type of deal.
Fight with. Yeah.
But it was still really cool to like watch it.
Yeah.
Like up, like you're like, oh my gosh, can I buy that one? They made it very well known that like it is not
for sale.
Not
getting
for sale.
This one
of a kind.
We'll get it eventually. I guarantee it's coming, because there's too many geeks out there. They're gonna. And speaking of, because you mentioned art and I mentioned geeks, I can't imagine. I don't know anybody that deserves it more than Art Eddie to get to go to that hotel, that resort, and stay and experience this. And I'm so happy for you, Art. If you ever hear this, kudos, man. I am really just delighted that you got that, because that's perfect, in my opinion.
We might have to bring him on just so that he can talk about that.
Just geek for a while.
Do another May the 4th and bring him on.
Oh, yeah. Hey, May's coming. All right, Art, if you're not listening, get on it. We're coming.
He'd be listening.
Call you.
So that just all kinds of fun movie stuff. There's so many good movies coming out. I'm getting amped up about that, because the one that my wife is so much excited about, and we just found out it was shot in IMAX, so that's even better, because is the new Top Gun. Yeah,
and it's shot in IMAX. That will be epic.
Yeah. It looks amazing. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I mean, so good. And
is there a shirtless volleyball scene?
Yep.
Is there really?
Oh yeah.
Okay, well, Marnie will watch it.
There's that. There's the shirtless volleyball scene. There is there's a bar scene as well. So all of that stuff is in there. It's a lot of the characters, like you've got a character that looks just like Goose because Goose's son is in it. You've got a character that, man, I think he looks a lot like Iceman, honestly. And then
Val Kilmer. Oh.
Yeah. And so I don't know if their kids actually are like going to be a part of it. I know for certain that I know for certain that the one guy in it is actually Goose's son. Like that's the portrayal, is that he's in there.
Wait, is it the actor's son playing a character, or is it Goose's son?
Goose's character. Goose's character's son.
Okay, all right. Just wanted to clarify. It was
No, we don't have Dr. Green.
Talk to me, Goose. Yeah. Don't make me cry, man.
No. So so that's one of the ones that we're really looking forward to. So and there's just so many other movies that are coming
Well,
out. So
Marnie and I have a date night on Wednesday,
Ooh,
and we're planning to watch West Side Story on TV.
the new one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool.
Yep, because I kind of love musicals. I haven't really ever seen musicals growing up. They're kind of, you'd hear the songs and I'd like to sing to them, but I never like watched Oklahoma or anything like that. We didn't do those things in school. At least my family didn't, I guess. But Marnie did, and she loves musicals, and she was like, yeah. And so I looked at, and it's coming up. I saw like a preview or whatever. So I sent her a thing like, all right, so Wednesday, regular date night, you good? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, let's watch West Side Story. And she's like, you do love me. Like, yeah, I really do. Next week, we may watch something way more gory, thanks. Something with some violence. I don't know. Something that I could get it. A war movie. Can we watch a war movie? No, you can't watch war movies, by the way.
Well, and from a kid standpoint, a movie that's coming out that my kids are excited about, I am too, is the Turning Red with the red panda.
No, I don't know anything about that one.
You don't know about
wait. It's the little girl that poops into a giant.
It's going to
I've
be on
only seen
Disney
the trailer
Plus.
one time. Yeah. So tell us about it.
So it's coming out on Disney Plus. I think March 11th, actually.
Cool.
Basically, it has to do with family heritage in the Asian culture. And it's like some weird rite of passage where when her, hormones go kind of bonkers like most kids do at that age, she turns into a giant red panda.
Yeah.
I mean, and we're talking like a giant red panda. Like
it's got to be like 10 feet tall.
Yeah.
When I remember the trailer.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, she's huge. I'm like,
it's
there
like,
you go, man.
Yeah, it's a straight up like cosplay, like furry type thing. my favorite scene is my favorite scene by far has got to be the scene where she's in the bathroom and she turns into the red panda, and the girl comes out of the stall and gets ready to scream, and she just puts her paw like in her face and just pushes her back into the stall.
No screaming. Shh.
Yeah. So it looks hysterical. And I mean, it just falls in line with a lot of the other shows that Disney Plus has been putting out here recently with, Encanto and Luca and all that stuff. So it's going to be a good one. So we're excited about that. But yeah, I mean, it all these different shows, new Batman's out, Uncharted.
Oh, yeah. I can't wait to see, everybody always pans any new Spider-Man, new Thor, anything you've got coming. Oh, no, he's not this guy. We want this guy. Sure. Cool. Gotcha. I understand. However, every single character has brought so much to each of the Batman characters, and like, who's your favorite? Okay. You got a favorite. I'm kind of like, I like every single one in their movie.
They're all unique.
They were best. Yeah, absolutely. It's like Doctor Who. You don't watch Doctor Who, do you?
I don't, but I understand there have been multiple Doctor Who's. And two with Batman, there are multiple different like comics of Batman. So it only makes sense for there to be multiple entities of movies that make sense because they don't look the same. Although I did hear in an interview that the guy playing Batman, which I'm just pulling it up here because I'm gonna die. Like Robert Pattinson, he, another Harry Potter guy, is playing
also
Batman.
Twilight. Filthy casual. He was only in like one part of one Harry Potter movie, and he died.
He dies in Harry Potter. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, come on. Twilight never died.
Never died.
Just saying. For thousands of years.
He said that he got to try on all the Batman suits. So they could find
like all the old ones?
Yeah.
Like
Keaton's and all those guys. Like he got to try them all on, he said. So because they were trying to figure out like how like helmets were gonna work on him and stuff like that. But I was like, cowl.
That's the cowl. The worst part about the cowl is basically not being able to move your head. You gotta like turn your whole body and tilt your head up to look at it. You can't turn your neck. My
cousin has been cosplaying Batman for like a decade or two. So
cool.
He's got a really sweet.
You've got
suit.
Deep geek roots, man. I'm impressed.
Yeah. He was Batman down in like San Antonio, and he goes by Hoosier Batman. He's in Indiana now, and so he was doing that for a while.
Nice.
And his wife plays
Very
Harley
cool.
Quinn, so they've got some awesome pictures of them. And then he dresses up as the Joker too. So, yeah, it goes deep.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, so that show is looking really cool too. And then this is one that I'll be watching by myself, is the new Jackass movie.
Oh yeah.
Because I just thought they were so funny, and I watched it when I was in college on MTV, and the movies have been hysterical. This last one, I mean, the movie, like, they've got Machine Gun Kelly on there getting smacked in the face, and I'm just like, dude, I just want to see that. Because they tell him it's not gonna hurt, and he gets out of the pool after he's like, you told me that wasn't gonna hurt. That hurts so bad.
Yeah, it's gonna hurt.
I'm like, man, don't
You
never
not watch
think
this show.
Yeah, don't think anything's not gonna hurt. So, but yeah,
we've been watching a series that we found just recently, and it's on Disney Plus, and it's called The Mysterious Benedict Society.
Oh yeah,
it's about some very, very intelligent, very talented children who think kind of outside the box, and the narration is kind of, we're looking for people who want to know the truth and who believe and search for the truth, and even though the world that we live in, and it's their own world, their own things are going on, it's not our world, but it's very it's kind of runs together with it, in that we want to know not only the truth, but we want to look for people who don't fall to the despair that our daily life seems to be kind of cramming down our throats. And it's really, really, I mean, you can look at it as almost a political statement if you want to, but the thing that I get out of it, and the things that Marcus, especially my 9-year-old, gets out of it, is that, okay, children have the ability to change the world.
Oh yeah.
Children have the entire world in their hands. They have the imagination, the strength, the intelligence, everything that you need to make the world a better place. And that's a message I think that all kids need, every generation, ad infinitum. Yep. Every child ever should be able to think, oh, well, yeah, kids can change the world, to help inspire them to do things just like that. So the Mysterious Benedict Society for us has been a great little segue. We just step off and watch that episode, and then we go back to doing whatever. We've watched, I think, 4 episodes now.
That's cool.
But really just a delightful little kids show that the parents can kind of watch without, getting inundated with new songs to sing, or having to buy new toys or whatever.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. I'll have to check that out, because I think we watched maybe an episode of it, but the kids didn't seem like they were getting drawn into it. But that was a while ago, so we can always try again. So, but yeah, I mean, there's just so many different shows out there that are getting into. Like, we've had to change our spring break plans around, so we'll probably be watching some of that stuff from time to time. So, but we'll leave it at this, and then we're gonna go, because I know Danny needs to definitely.
I'm running out of air, man.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. After you, for those of you who are listening to this, after you've listened to this, like, let us know in the posts that we have, like, what are some shows that you're looking forward to? Like, what's your favorite movies? Like, let's have a conversation online about this, because honestly, like, I love being able to post something and then, like, have a conversation, and that way we can interact with everybody about what their favorite movies are, what shows they're watching, that kind of thing. Because there's a lot out there to be had, and we could be on here for days talking about it. So
and we want new suggestions. I mean, at least I do. I want to hear about all these things, because, like, Red, you mentioned Red, and I'd forgotten it. I saw the trailer only one time, but I would have remembered it eventually. But now I've got it on my list. So anybody out there, if you've got a favorite thing you're watching right now, something that's going great with your kids, I know I'd love to hear about it. And we definitely would like to be able to tell everybody about those things, like Red, or honestly, Peacemaker, in a way, what not to watch with your kids, I guess. But
Euphoria, what not to watch with your kids.
Yes, exactly. Things you should not be watching with kids.
I'm watching that right now too.
But yeah, I would love to hear from everybody.
Cool.
So I agree with that.
Sweet. Well, hey, I think we're going to end it up there, man. I hope that you get to feeling better. I know that you've been having some rough goes with things. So hopefully
better every day.
And it's starting to warm up your way. So hopefully that continues, even though there's more snow on the way, from what I understand. So hopefully it doesn't stick around for long. But other than that, we'll talk to you all again next week. And let us know what you're watching. So y'all have a good one. Bye.
Good night, everybody.
I'm a dad, that's what I do.